Obviously, third and short's a lot easier to convert than third and long. I think last week we found ourselves in a lot of third and longs, which are difficult for anyone to convert. So I think if we can keep ourselves in a third and manageable, we'll have a much better chance. Like you said, they do a great job on third down. We'll have a good plan for them. And like I said, hopefully keep ourselves in third and manageables so we have the option to run or pass the ball in those situations.
Brandon, you got thrust into a very difficult situation. How much more difficult was it because of COVID? I mean, how did that restrict your preparation and your getting ready to, play that game on short?
I think if anything, it was more of just being able to be around the guys. Usually throughout the season, you can get at practice, you can get around everyone, possibly even get some throws with certain guys. And I think it was difficult with COVID because we were trying to be as safe as possible and space out as much as possible. And, obviously keep, especially our quarterbacks, keep our quarterbacks separated from each other in case, a Denver situation happened like that.
Because of that, was last Sunday the first time you were in the stadium for a game?
It was. Yeah, I've been any home game. I've been at home watching the game.
And is it just watching? I mean, are you doing anything, or do you have any kind of?
Not during the actual game. There's nothing I can do really from home besides watch it and see what our guys are seeing, and there's really not anything I can help out with from home.
I think they have $160 million invested in their top two corners, Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. What did those two guys allow them to do on defense?
And obviously, two really, really good corners. I think they are able to bring a lot of pressure because of the trust they have in those guys to not make any mistakes. They do a great job of locking down a lot of good receivers, keeping things in front of them and making plays on the ball. So obviously, you pay them that kind of money. They got a lot of trust in them to do their job, and they're performing, both of them, really at a high level right now.
How much Patriot philosophy and scheme do you see? I mean, they've got Roberts, they've got Van Noy. He's bringing in former Patriot players that are familiar with him and his system and scheme. Are they as versatile, and are they as unpredictable? Like Belichick is known for, at the fourth week he'll run something he hasn't run the prior three totally. I mean, are they in that mindset, or are they a little different?
I think you see some similarities in terms of what they do scheme-wise. Obviously, they're their own defense. They like to do certain things that are unique to them. So it's not going to be a replica by any means of New England, but in certain situations, you do see a few similarities to the New England scheme.
Brandon, how did you find out last week that you were going to be the starter, and then what were the first things you did after you got that role?
Found out from Zach, just a call from Zach, and obviously, like I said, all year I've kind of been preparing the same way. Nothing really changed in terms of my preparation. Getting to, like we said earlier, get those practice reps was beneficial, and but in terms of the prep we do in meetings with Dan Pitcher and all the other quarterbacks, none of that really changed for us.
How does your body feel? I know you got the sore finger, but I mean, overall, hadn't played in a while, and you got hit a little bit. And how's your body feel at this stage of the week?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, normal bumps and bruises that come from football, but other than that, I feel good.
You have bounced around a little, but nothing compared to Ryan Fitzpatrick. What do you think of him and his career?
Ryan has played a lot more years than I have. He's obviously been a great player in this league for a long time. You see how he interacts with Tua and just the kind of person he is and what he's done on the field for that team. I know our defense will be ready for Ryan or for Tua. So, he's obviously just been a great player in this league for a long time, no matter who he's with.
It doesn't matter, I guess, what year a guy is. If a guy is a really good player, he's a really good player. Joe Burrow was executing at a pretty high level. Is there anything or things that you took from his play that were eye-opening to you a little bit, or not any?
Absolutely. I think when Joe came in, even just in his first start, you could see how calm he was back there and how prepared he was. And I think one thing about Joe is you always knew where he was going to go with the football. He was going to make the right decision. He was going to see the defense the right way and get us in the best possible chance to win. And like you said, he's playing at a high level doing that. And I think when he gets back, he will continue to do that.
We've heard he's still been in some of the quarterback meetings, or maybe not now, but had been. Did he offer any advice to you?
I didn't hear you. Sorry, say it again.
Did he offer any advice to you?
Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's obviously advice-wise, he's just been supportive. I think he's done a great job just being supportive, not just to the quarterback room, but to this whole team. And so I think he will continue to do that when he gets back, and obviously wish him a speedy recovery.
2 more minutes.
See, I was wondering what was going through your mind. You're all set to take the field for your first snap, and the kid runs the kickback. I was wondering what was going through your mind there when you see you're going to have 7 points without taking a snap.
Yeah, you love that. Anytime you can get a touchdown without getting on the field, defense or special teams, you'd love to see it. I was hoping he was going to run it back again the second time.
Brandon, the business of football is something that takes precedent over having fun sometime. Through the experiences that you've had, what have you learned about the game of football as a business?
Obviously, being cut and all that, you see the business side of the NFL. But like I said, when you get an opportunity to be on a team, which it's hard to do to be on a team and then get to play, you have to find the little things that you enjoy. Going back and thinking of Little League and all that, you got to enjoy the little things about football. It's still the same game and obviously at a much higher level, but we're here for a reason. We enjoy playing football, and I think you got to have fun while you're out there.
All right, Brandon, we're going to let you go. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach, thank you for joining us.
But
All right, I think everyone's ready. Go ahead with your questions, everyone.
Zach, your offensive line is finally getting healthy. Is Xavier Su'a-Filo going to start at either guard spot this week?
We'll keep working through. Like you said, we got a lot of healthy guys. Redmond is going through the concussion protocol right now, but we got plenty of able bodies there to help us. Does
Darius Phillips have a chance to get back in the field at cornerback?
I think he does. This will be the first chance we get a chance to look at him during the week. But he's got an opportunity to return, and it looks encouraging at this point, but we got to see him move around a little bit more.
Coach, how was Brandon in taking criticism and assistance and trying to up his level of play after week 1? I mean, obviously he's a pros pro kind of guy, or he wouldn't be in. What was he like after losing the football game and then just trying to bounce back?
Yeah, very accountable. He and I texted after the game, and he was accountable then. He's accountable all week, just like all of our guys are, and we expect him to be. And so again, we expect better play from our offense as a whole this week.
Coach, what do you like about facing the Dolphins? What do you think that you guys do well that gives you a good opportunity to play them at your best?
On offense, or you're just saying as the team, Wayne?
As a team, yeah.
Yeah, as a team, well, we got to be better situationally for sure. We scored points in special teams, almost did it twice. Defense had 1 turnover, really could have had 3 or 4. And then offensively, we got to do a better job taking care of the ball. And if we do those things in these December games where these are all slugfests, as it comes down to it. So we have to be better situationally there, taking advantage of the opportunities we get to put ourselves in a better position to win.
Thank you.
Zach, any updates on if Joe's had surgery yet?
No update on that yet. No.
Do you know when? I guess you said in the middle of the week it was going to happen. Do you know exactly when that day is now?
Sometime in the middle of the week. Right in the middle of the week now. So who knows? I don't have any more comment on that.
How do you weigh guys that are coming back, starting to get healthier in the end of a season when you're getting to the tail end of this, long term versus short term? How do you approach that?
Well, we always want to be smart, make sure we're going to be able to get the players best and make certain that they can remain healthy, and we can get the most out of them without compromising, their health. And so again, that's usually done on a case-by-case basis. And we just got to make sure we make smart decisions with all those guys.
That kind of
played Miami.
You have to kind of in some ways just turn that over to the doctors. And if they say, look, the guy's healthy, he can play, he plays, or is there more to it than that?
Yeah, I think that's the main part. As football coaches, we got to get our guys ready to win football games, and we'll use every asset that we can. But there is a point where you have to defer to the trainers and the doctors, and if they're giving you advice that, hey, something could become substantially worse, then you need to pay attention to that.
Zach, when you played Miami last year, they were in a much different position record-wise than they are this year. Could you see them on the improve at that point last year? And then can you also use that as a little bit of a blueprint that within the span of a season, things can flip that quickly?
Absolutely. They've done a great job. And, we did feel last year that it was a good football team that we played down there. This year, obviously, they got a lot of new faces on defense. They've gotten a lot healthier. And a lot of the guys that we played last year were on IR when we played them, and now they're back and they're in good form. And I know that they added some free agents, some draft picks over there on the defense side of the ball. And they're playing really well over there. And the special teams unit's obviously one of the tops in the league. And offensively, they've done a great job finding points when they need to. And so they've won. They've won some blowouts. They've won some pretty dirty games. They've just done a good job with all the things that you expect to do in this league. And it'll be a tough test for us.
What makes I'm sorry, go ahead, Lap.
You mentioned how different they are defensively in terms of personnel. They pick up Van Noy, they pick up Roberts from New England. Did they run? Was their defense similar to a lot of things you've seen in New England, or is it even more similar this year with those additions than it was last year?
I think they did similar things last year, when they were there. And now they got two brand new corners that we didn't see. They had a first-round pick corner that they added to the mix also. Bobby McCain's back there at safety now. So it feels a lot different in terms of the personnel than when you played them last year, but schematically they haven't varied too much. It's similar to what we saw in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, what we saw last year from Miami, what they're doing this year. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're doing a great job.
Zach, how's it working with Kevin Hogan right now? Is he being kept away from the team, or how's that working right now?
He is. He still needs to see the system up close and personal, because you just never know. We've seen what can happen around the league. So he'll be at practice. He'll be wearing the helmet, pretty safe distance away from the rest of the guys. But that way he can hear kind of the way I talk and hear how the system sounds and looks. But at the same time, he stays at his wherever he's at, the hotel, I guess, for most of the day until practice starts. But we got to be smart with positions like that, keeping guys distance from everybody else, and still finding a way for them to get some work done so that they can keep sharpening their skills.
What do you like about him?
He's got a lot of experience in this league. Liked him coming out of college. He's done a great job. Just talking to coaches around the league that have had him. He's a good leader. Can handle the offense very quickly. Smart. He's played in games. That experience matters at this level. So again, I don't know him too well personally. I've been around him for a grand total of about 10 minutes, but all the things that you've researched about him are things that you want in your organization.
Coach, what makes Darren such a good coach? An effective coach, and as a follow-up to that, how does he help you as an assistant head coach?
Yeah, you can't say enough about him, to be honest with you. Attention to detail. I think the standard that he has for that room, he's got a lot of years of experience of knowing exactly what it should look like. And so he gets the most out of those players for sure. He doesn't let one detail go unnoticed, and he's going to make sure his players, play to their fullest abilities. And he's gotten that out of those guys. And in terms of me as the assistant head coach, he's a guy I turn to 20 times a day, to talk about the roster, talk about schedules, talk about how to handle the game, how we're going to win this game on Sunday. I run everything, that I'm thinking through him, and, he's been a great resource for me.
2 minutes, everyone.
You said on Sunday that Brandon would start again this coming week. Can you describe the value of giving the quarterback that knowledge and that confidence that he's going to get to start for a number of weeks?
Yeah, we support him, and it's not always easy. And we know that We didn't play well enough around him too. There's things he could have done better, and there's things everybody can do better. But we expect better performance from our team this week, and he's only going to get better as his reps increase and he gets more reps and with these receivers and what we're doing with the protections. And so again, we expect everybody to play better this week.
Think you'll have a full coaching staff at any point for practice this week?
No.
How's Steve Jackson doing? He's been out for 3 weeks.
Steve is back. Yep.
He's back.
Steve's doing well, and he's back.
Okay, I just want to make sure. He's been out for a while, so I want to make sure he was okay.
Yep.
Do y'all, I mean, at this point, do you feel like you guys need a win at some point over the next handful of games before the end of the year to kind of show and validate kind of the work that y'all are putting in, and not only to the staff, but to the locker room and everyone else?
We need to win this week. It's again, that's our only goal every single week is to get that done. And I don't think long term. I just think short term, we need to win this week. We need to do everything we can to do it. Again, to create that momentum. It's a lot of good things come from winning football games, and we just need that to happen.
Last question.
How big of a loss is it to not have Auden Tate?
Auden's one of those guys that you've come to appreciate over my 2 years here. Never complains, is willing to do anything it takes, special teams, offense, run game, pass game, protection. You just know that he's going to be dependable. He's going to make the play when it comes to him. He's just going to do whatever you ask him to do. And so again, that he's been a valuable player for us in a lot of ways. And so it's tough when you have to put a guy like that on. It's tough to put anybody on IR, but Auden has fought through a lot, and it's just to the point where we got to put him on IR now.
All right, we got to let Coach go. Coach, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.